Hello everybody, my name is jfuruness, and in this part of our Python packaging series, we are finally going to be pushing our package to PYPI so that it can be pip installed by anybody without having to download the source code or going through any other installation steps other than pip installing it. Super exciting. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's dive in. Going to minimize this here. All right, so we have our, let me just remove these files here. There we go. We have our script here, our package. Again, this is the outer level. The inner level has all of our code. We've added some metadata, which includes, the README, requirements.txt, the setup.py file, a license that I just copy pasted off the internet, just Google BSD license. And now we are going to push our code to PYPI. The very first thing you're going to have to do this is you are going to have to go to PYPI.org. So PYPI.org. Gonna go ahead and enlarge this for everybody. Oh, there we go. And you'll see something kind of like this, some trending projects, different things like that. And if you click on this top right menu button here, you can click login or register. For you, you'll probably have to register. So let's just click that. You put your name, email address, so on and so forth, and create your account. So make sure that you remember your username and remember your password. Now what we're going to do is create a distribution, and we're going to push that distribution up to PYPI. To do that, we can do Python 3 setup.py bdist_wheel. So let's go ahead and do that. And what did that do? Well, you can see we have a couple of new things. We have our build here, we have our egg info, and we have our distribution, our dist, right? And again, build, dist, and the egg info, that stuff should never be pushed to GitHub, so do not do that. I avoid that by just having a, where is it? A .gitignore file that I always have here that ignores those files. So feel free to copy paste that gitignore if you would also like something similar. So let's go into what these things are. The egg info, cdlib workalogin.egg.info. This just contains some metadata here. So you might have like our sources.txt. These are just things that the setup.py uses. You might have the requires.txt, just random metadata. You never, ever, ever need to go into this directory or use it in any way. Same with the build. You can see that we have our lib here, and some files that it works with. Again, you never need to go into the egg info or the build. Just figured I'd show you if you were curious. Lastly, we have the dist. And in this dist, you have something called a wheel file. And a wheel file is basically just an amalgamation of your entire package. It just takes your whole package and kind of scrunches it down into this wheel file. And if you wanted to, you could literally just do pip3 install this, your wheel file here. And it will pip install it like it is pip installing your package. Usually you don't do it that way, but that is one way you could do it. So again, to do that, you just do Python 3 setup.py bdist, so bdist_wheel, and it will create those. Now, when you do a release, you need to change two things. The first, in your setup.py, you need to increase the version. So I'm going to increase this to 1.3. Then you'll go into your README file, scroll all the way down to history, and add a little description of what you've changed. Changes for video. Then do Python 3. After you've done those two steps, setup.py, bdist_wheel. This will build your distribution. Then you do pip3 install Twine. Twine is a tool that we use to upload our packages to PYPI. It does it in a secure manner. And then you're going to do Python 3 -m Twine. So you have to call it this way. If you instead call it just with Twine or you apt install it, it will not work. So this got me stuck up on for so long. You need to pip install Twine. You need to run it using Python 3 -m Twine. So Python 3 -m Twine, we're going to type upload. We're going to type dist, and this is your distribution, and then /star, which just means everything in your distribution. Okay, and that's it. And then you got to input your username. For me, that's jfuruness. Then your password. Bad request. File name reuse. This is another good point. So if you get this error, let's see why that happened. Well, if you go into Dist, we actually have two files here. One is from 0.1.2 and one is from 0.1.3. So it actually keeps both of them. So what we can do is when we run this command, this Python 3 -m Twine upload dist /star, we can just do --skip -existing. So this will skip any files that have already been uploaded. Let's try this again. You can see here it says skipping 1.2, uploading 1.3, and we can view our project here. And you can see that we have successfully uploaded it. It has our pip install command. It has our README with all of our links here. And yeah, now let's go ahead and try. You can click this to copy it. Let's try that command here. So see if this works. Boom. And it pip installs it. This is as if you had run Python 3 setup.py install on your script. But with this, you don't need to download anything. There's no source code involved. You don't need to have a setup.py file. You just run the pip install. So I hope that makes sense. I know this can be a very confusing topic, but essentially, just to run through it really quickly, one more time, we're going to go here. So this is our package. First thing you're going to do, vim setup.py, change your version number. Let's go ahead and change this to 1.4. We're going to go in our README. We're going to go to the history section, and we're going to write down why we made that change. 0.1.4, new code. Then we are going to run Python 3 setup.py bdist_wheel. Afterwards, we are going to do Python 3 -m Twine upload. You know what? I'm going to just do this at the top of the screen here for you guys. Upload dist /star -- skip - existing. and you'll enter your username. You'll enter your password. And it will upload the latest version of your script. Now you can go onto PYPI's website. They have explicit instructions on how to do this so that you don't have to include your username and password every time you run that command. I'm not going to bother going over that here. I'm sure you can figure that out yourself. But congratulations, you have just pushed a package up to PYPI so that it can now be pip installed by anybody. One thing to note is if you do this, you will need to pick a package name that has not already been chosen by somebody else. And the final note is that you can never overwrite a version. So if you upload, for example, version 1.0, you can never upload version 1.0 again, right? Because there might be somebody using that version. And if you re-upload, there'll be two different versions. The code will be different, but it will have the same number, 1.0. So you always have to upload a new version. And again, you don't need to remember that. I'm just explaining to you because if you upload the same version twice, it will error out. But yeah, for real, congrats. You've made it this far into the tutorial series, so give yourself a pat on the back. This is awesome. You are way, way beyond most Python developers. Congratulations. Thank you so much for tuning into the videos. Thank you so much for watching the video. It really means a lot to me. If you could leave a like, that really would do a lot of good for such a small channel like mine. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe with the notification bell for more future content. If you have any questions, comments, topics you want to be covered, feel free to comment down below and I will respond to all the comments. If you want private tutoring or consulting, my email is in the description. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you next time.